All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby is one of the best books I've read this year by far. And honestly, it probably pulled me out of a reading slump that I didn't even know I was in. I am so excited to read more, and more by this author. I need to read Razorblade Tears. I need to read Blacktop Wasteland. I need to just read more by this author. At the surface level, All the Sinners Bleed is a investigation type story in a small town by a sheriff, but that really does a disservice to explaining the impression that this book has left on me after reading the narrative, because you're dealing with this rural small town, but it's in the South, and there is little pockets of hatred and bigotry, and that stain that has been left on this town has really just sat there. And with every bit of the book, there's little pieces that the author is sprinkling in to try to put you in that situation, for you to be Titus, an African American sheriff who's trying to police this small town and do the best he can for his family, his friends, the people he grew up with. But he is constantly always having to, I don't want to say defend himself, but almost he's just always second guessed or questioned in his town, and that really resonated with me, because that's he's a very accomplished police officer. He was in the FBI, and he's back home, and he's trying to do the best he can to support his community, and it's just crazy to see that, because as a person like myself, I've never dealt with that. So it was very interesting to hear that, and the author is African American, and you can really, there's a flair to it that you, even if you didn't know that going in, you're gonna see it in the way that he writes, and the characters that he brings to life are very realistic. Coming from a small town like I am, and living in a area of the world, in the country, that has all different kinds of people, it's really, really cool how this author made these characters come to life. And this book is gritty, it's dark, it's depressing at some points, it's uplifting at others. It is not afraid to be disturbing, but yet done in a tasteful way, where there's some off the screen stuff, an inference, but it's just absolutely fantastic. And there's just so many points in this book where the emotions of the town, the emotions of the case that the main character is working, bubble over into society, in the surrounding town, and these people start to really butt heads. And I honestly, I can't recommend this enough. It was such a good read. It went by so quick. I ended up doing the ebook from my library, and it was a nice experience. I did. Honestly, the only question I had is, any Jeep fans out there? Was there really a Jeep Wagoneer before the recent remake of them? Was there like one in the 90s? Because he, in the story, that was my only flaw, is I don't remember there being a Jeep Wagoneer, but the main character has one. So it was something silly, but I did definitely feel that. So but yeah, getting back in the swing of things here on BookTube. It's super hard to make videos, to make content, but we're back. So All the Sinners Bleed, have you read this? Please do, if not, because fantastic crime style novel, thriller, definitely a thriller, but has that dark, twisted element that I look for in my fiction. So All the Sinners Bleed, please check it out. It was dope.